guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's lovely to be here. It's a beautiful morning here in Ireland, and I wanted to talk about something that was kind of in my mind for the last week or so. It's like I have clients that come to me for different issues, but they seem to synchronize somehow mysteriously, or I can see a pattern in all of their lives, and that usually inspires me to make a video. So we're going to talk about unwanted emotions or bad emotions in this video. Basically, what I am saying to all my clients as soon as they step into my office is that all emotions are fine. I am trying to make a safe space for all of their emotions to be expressed, and anything or everything is welcome. The problem starts when they feel an emotion that is not socially accepted and they feel bad for even feeling it. Let's have a couple of examples. Jealousy is one of them. Envy as well. Anger. Sometimes pain, grief for men because they're kind of used to being strong, or they learned to be strong and nothing else. And also sometimes sadness or even happiness. You would be shocked how many people stop themselves from feeling happiness because it hasn't been something that has been accepted in their families. If your mother is severely depressed, or your father, and they're always sad, it's not very nice to be very happy around them. So there's people that take happiness as something wrong. And they're like, oh, I can't be that happy. What are other people going to think about it? Jealousy and envy are one of these two emotions. It's curious because once we feel jealousy or envy, what we do is we automatically stop ourselves from feeling that. And we're like, ooh, shouldn't be feeling this. And then we deny ourselves from feeling these emotions. Because what can you learn from jealousy or envy, right? Only thing you can learn is that you're a bad person. Or is it? I've been working with jealousy and envy a lot, and I kind of know these two feelings intimately now, and I find them very helpful in the therapy process. Envy is a lovely one. What can we learn from envy? From envy, we can learn what we want in our life. So being envious of someone else's achievements, success, looks, family, whatever you could be envious of, it's a good road sign to your own happiness. When I'm envious of someone's, for example, financial success, it means I'm dreaming of a similar one. So I'd rather, instead of pushing that emotion aside, try to learn something from it. If I think of all the people that I've been envious of so far in life, I can learn exactly what's missing in my own life. That's a great teacher, isn't it? Sometimes people say, oh, some of the feelings that I feel are, they can't really help me. If I'm jealous of someone being beautiful, I can't become that beautiful person, or can I? Well, of course you can, because it's all in your head. So what can I do to feel better in my body, to feel better with myself? I don't have to be that Hollywood star, but I can try to go into that direction and see how I can feel better in my skin. If we're jealous of someone that has, 10 cars and a huge villa, we don't have to expect to be on the same level, but we can see how we can give more of that fortune and financial success energy into our lives. Are we happy with our own job at the moment, or we're looking to get something else? And how can we make that step? Can we take a course? Can we take on a new project? Can we make a total change in our life? Envy is an amazing friend that you can take by hand and see how you can be a happier person. If we talk about jealousy, jealousy is a tricky one, of course, because it can mean a lot of things. So what it means for you might not mean the same for me. I've been in polyamorous relationship for a while now, and jealousy is something that I've been stepping on quite a lot. What I learned about jealousy is I don't feel jealous if I'm okay with myself. The jealousy is another lovely friend of mine that can tell me when I'm not in the right place with myself. When I'm feeling in the right place with myself, I don't mind other people. I'm not jealous of them. I look at them more as human beings that also want love and happiness. And it's easier kind of to talk with them and to accept them if I still see my worth in the process. As children, we are taught that there are a limited amounts of love, support, respect, and acceptance available for us in the world. But that's a lie, you see. That's why we feel jealous. We think if our partner is watching another person or looking at them, or, even sometimes loving their parents a lot, it means that that limited amount of love that they have available is not going to be spent on us, but we have to rather share it with other people. But you see, love is not a bucket of water, that it has its limits. Love is limitless. Respect, support. If someone loves someone, it doesn't mean that they're going to love you less. But that is something that we don't have in our heads. So jealousy, that old monster, is actually a beautiful teacher. We can learn a lot from anger. Anger pops up in therapy most of the time as the first layer of pain, extreme pain, sadness, and grief. Anger is there as a first reaction. I was hurt, something happened to me that was not right, and I am extremely angry for it. So in therapy, it's often much easier to go through anger first in order to get to pain and sadness. Once that big container of anger is released, we can get to the true emotions, and that is pain. We suffer when something happens to us, when people hurt us, when there's injustice. We suffer, and then we're angry as well. There is nothing wrong with anger. Anger sometimes helps us to see injustice done to us. Anger sometimes is great for putting up boundaries with people. If we feel angry, that there is some injustice happening, absolutely. And the next time we feel that same emotion, we can say, oh look, I am not happy with what you're doing to me. I am not happy the way you're interacting with me. Anger by itself can be a great teacher of boundaries. There is no such a thing as bad emotion or as an unaccepted emotion. That's a lie. We are just learned that to be put back into line when we were kids. And then we continue to function that way, but it would be so much easier and better to see the emotions as teachers. A lot of men do this when they feel uncomfortable with a certain emotion because they're not taught how to deal with it. They pull away. Sometimes they pull away from their loved ones only because they can't handle sadness or grief. Because they don't want to cry in front of other people. So they pull away from them. And then other people think and consider that as a lack of love and affection. Well, it isn't really. It's just we don't teach our men to feel fragile. I was one of these people as well myself when I was younger. I relied a lot on anger instead of pain. And then pain was popping up in all areas of my life, even physical pain. You can't avoid your emotions. They're inside of you. They are there. And you can pretend you don't have them, but they're still there. Next time you feel an unwanted emotion, see what it's saying, really. consider it as a teacher rather than unwanted guest. Invite it over to the table, share a cup of coffee or tea with it. See what it wants. It's there for a reason. We as human beings are perfect. We're perfect the way we are at the moment. And all our emotions there are like road signs. So we can take our car or ourselves or our life into the right direction. And that's what we should do. After all, that's why we're here, to follow our own road signs to ourselves in the future that we want to be. But often we get stuck because we don't trust these road signs. Trust in your own emotions. If you struggle with them, get to a therapy. Have someone support them. Look, don't feel bad if they're overwhelming. Of course they are. You've been collecting them and tucking them away for forever. So of course there's a huge pile of everything down there under the carpet and you keep tripping over it. And it's alright to look for someone to support you in that process. Emotions are beautiful, guys. Accept them, nurture them, love them, and always have them beside you as your helpers, not the unwanted entities that are apart from us. All these emotions in the end pour into love, which is interesting. If you get layers off, if you go through anger, you go to grief, you go to pain, and then underneath is usually a need for love and acceptance. That's our base emotion, guys. Everything else is a road sign in order to get to that emotion. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this. If you did, please do subscribe and give me a like. I'm available for therapies online as well. I do have a lot of clients from all over the world, and it's something I love doing. So if you need any support in basically accepting your emotions and using them as tools for your well-being, please do contact me on my email. I'll be seeing you guys, and I love you all so much. Bye!